like really take it so seriously with their love life, and I'm like, no, that's like millions of miles away.
Because some people would say, oh, Instagram is just making anybody's a model because you're an Instagram model, right? And then some people are the opposite. They're like, oh, now the people get to choose who are the models, because if a lot of people think a girl's attractive, they get a bunch of followers, and now they build their own following.
Fitness modeling is much more popular, and a lot more bodies are included, because that needs to happen, because that's just natural in life. Then I also think it's kind of hard for younger girls to build a following. They kind of over-sexualize themselves to get a following, and then they go around saying I'm an Instagram model, where I feel like there hasn't been a lot of people explaining to younger girls how to get into modeling, because they just like rush. They're like, I want a following, I want to be a model, I want to go on trips, I want to be like one of these girls. Where I'm like, original models, it's like you really need to start with just like basic branding, marketing, selling the clothes. That's what a model is. You need to think about which one you want to jump into first. I like the art of fashion.
So what if a human takes all these ingredients from nature? He takes mud and clay and he builds them into walls. He takes metal that he found in the quarry and he builds them into wires, and he constructs this whole house. Is that not nature?
Whatever. I was walking across the street and I had the light, and then out of nowhere a truck hit me. So that instantly ended my career.
Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm your host, Zach Evans. First of all, thank you to our listeners. We've been getting a ton of engagement and support for you guys in the last couple of weeks, and it's really been blowing us up. So I got to thank you guys for that. Today on the podcast, we have our special guest, Angeli. So, Angeli, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, tell people where you're from, what you do, and let's go with your star sign.
Star sign. Okay, so I'm Angeli. I'm from LA. I do a lot of photography and modeling, so I work in fashion and film.
Nice.
And then I don't actually know much about signs, but I'm a Virgo.
Interesting. So you're probably like the first girl in LA I've said doesn't know anything about signs.
I know, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Do you believe in signs, or do you think it's all fake?
Whatever people want to believe, that's great.
So that you think it's fake?
It's just a little, I don't know.
I think it's fake.
Culty. I think I just offended every girl.
Every girl's gonna be like, get her.
Like, get her out of here. I don't know. Like, it's like fun, but I also wouldn't want to give control of my life over to anything by what I read or by the stars. I was like, I'm in control. So
it's bizarre to me because like you, I think signs are very fun. They're fun to talk about. Oh, you're a Virgo. That means you like this. This is your personality. This is who you get along with. But it's just crazy to me that, like, okay, you know, flat Earth theory, right? Like, some people believe the Earth is flat. Like, that scene is like, oh, these people are crazy. Like, you believe the Earth is flat. But then if you say, hey, there's these magical floating rocks millions of miles away that beam down your personality into your head based on the month and day that you were born. Like, that's normal? Like, know. The fuck? Like, that's weirder than flat Earth. I just think
it's funny when they, like, really take it so seriously with their love life, and I'm like, no, that's like millions of miles away. I don't know. It's just a lot.
Oh, this one girl I was talking to was so funny. She has this whole story. She's like, yeah, it's a blue moon right now. I don't know what the fuck that means. The moon is blue, or it's spinning the opposite direction, some shit like that. And she's like, yeah, bad things have been happening. I'm like, what happened? She's like, yeah, my car, like, broke down, like, on the street, and I was like trying to get help. I was trying to get it fixed, blah, 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 all this stuff. And she's like, at the end of it, I found out that, like, the car ran out of gas. And I was like, you're telling me it's the moon's fault? The blue moon that you didn't put gas in your car? Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, God, I don't know. But, like, I do get some of the science of it because I live in Bali half the year, and half the year I'm in LA, right? So it's kind of amusing. Every month they have, like, a new moon ritual, and all these girls get together, and that's great if you want to do that. That's cool and stuff. But then I'm also just, like, the science of, like, the ocean coming in on an island. That's kind of why everyone's acting a little bit crazy. But we don't look at science. We look at the stars, and I'm like, okay, guys.
You know what is interesting? So this is my theory on signs, which is probably true because I'm really smart. If you notice, if you take a map of America, right, and you plot on the map where people believe in signs and where people don't believe in signs, it's all congregated around cities where networking is very important. So LA, people believe in it. Miami, New York, it's all these cities. And my theory is,
it's like a cheat code.
It, like, evolved as a tool, right? Like, if I'm, like, talking to you at a party, right? Oh, where are you from? I'm from here. It's like, Oh, cool. I don't know anybody from there. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what do you do? I'm a nurse. Cool. I don't know anything about nursing, right? But if you say, oh, what's your sign? That instantly opens up, like we can connect on a personal level. What's your traumas? What's your experiences? All that kind of stuff.
That's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It is like a tool, I guess.
Plus, I'm a Pisces, which is the best sign. So.
Is it?
Proven by science.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Pisces were smart, funny, attractive, intelligent, funny, smart, attractive, and funny,
So
I think.
just everything good.
All the best ones.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all the best
No
ones.
flaws.
No flaws, yeah. We're unbeatable.
Okay.
I got lucky, too, because I'm straight white male. So already I have, like, this much privilege. But then I'm a Pisces, too, so it's like this much privilege. I'm, like,
Life is a
fucking
walk
up
in
there.
the park.
There's only one privilege that beats mine.
Which is what?
Hot girl privilege.
Oh.
That's fucking off the chart. I've seen some crazy
I'm like,
shit.
how many yachts have you been on for free?
My God. It's like this. Let's say I want to like go on a private jet, right? Mm-hmm. Like, do you believe in like manifestation?
A little bit.
Okay, so if I want to manifest private jet, I go private jet, private jet, private jet. You know, I visualize myself on a private jet, and then I wake up at 6 a.m. for the next 25 years of my life. Sacrifice everything to build my business, sacrifice 3 marriages, fucking get divorced, all this shit. And then I finally can get on a private jet because I'm rich enough, right? If you're a girl and you want to manifest a private jet, you just go private jet, boom, DM in your inbox from some rich dude, private jet. Skip 20 years of hard work and sacrifice. It's insane.
That's true. That is how it works.
But it doesn't last as long. It's like you waste all your energy out in the 10, 15 years, and then it's over. The run is over, and then you're back to normal privilege levels. But how is the modeling industry? How do you like it?
Ooh, I entered as a kid, so it's like crazy to watch how much it's changed over the last like 15 years. So, but I like the direction we're heading now. It's more like ethnically included, so that's good.
I feel like it's also more shapes and sizes included.
Yeah.
It used to be you have to be 5'10" and like rail thin and have like no curves. And then Instagram just like fucking blew everything out of the water with that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's like two. I feel like there's like the old school models and then the like Instagram models. So it's really interesting to watch the two worlds collide with like fashion and social media. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have a opinion on that? Do you think it's a good thing that Instagram is? Because some people would say, oh, Instagram is just making anybody's a model because you're an Instagram model, right? And then some people are the opposite. They're like, oh, now the people get to choose who are the models, because if a lot of people think a girl's attractive, they get a bunch of followers and now they build their own following.
There's there's so much to that. I do think what's really good is we've dropped the skinny type of look so much, like, because that's just unhealthy. So I really like fitness modeling. It's much more popular and a lot more bodies are included because that needs to happen because that's just natural in life. But then I also think it's kind of hard for younger girls to build a following. They kind of over-sexualize themselves to get a following, and then they go around saying, I'm an Instagram model, where I feel like there hasn't been a lot of people explaining to younger girls how to get into modeling because they just like rush. They're like, I want a following, I want to be a model, I want to go on trips, I want to be like one of these girls, where I'm like, original models, it's like, you really need to start with just like basic shots of you with no makeup, like, and I feel like that builds your confidence. It's just like, it's actually completely different worlds, honestly. So I wish there were more like fashion. I don't even know how to explain it, but
less sexualized.
Yeah, less sexualized basically, because the younger girls, like I've been watching some like 17-year-olds, right? And then they get into modeling, and then they're like, I don't know who's managing them or controlling their photos, but I swear it's just because of what they see. And then they start posting all these photos, and I'm like, your career is gone so quickly because now you're posting nude and you're posting sexualized, where I'm like, all you really need to do is just like go get a workout jacket and smile. And that's how you start, because like you're smiling, no makeup shots, that's what gets you an agency, that's what gets you thousands of dollars on a campaign. But if you're out there over sexualizing yourself immediately, then like they wouldn't put you on like a Paxson ad, you know? So I wish like there was more wisdom or like somewhere for people to go to like know how to handle their career correctly.
So what would be your argument? Because some people would say, okay, if somebody decides to do the more sexual route, but then they're making bank off of it, then who's you to say that that's not the real modeling, or that's not the way people should do it, kind of thing?
Well, is it modeling hired by a brand to sell the clothes?
Okay, but let's say an Instagram model gets hired by Fashion Nova, or a lingerie company, or a swimmer, like a bikini company, something like that. Do you consider that less than like fashion models that are working for Gucci or Louis Vuitton or something like that?
No, I think it's just branding, marketing, selling the clothes. That's what model is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the reason I asked, so I have two groups of friends, because I used to run events in the modeling industry. We like photo shoots, we'd get sponsors, brands, stuff like that. And there's like two like distinct groups between like the fashion models and more of the Instagram models. And they like didn't like each other. Like they would like really clash, because the fashion models would kind of like look down and kind of be like, oh, we're the real models. You guys are fake models. You're just Instagram models. But then the Instagram models would be like, bitch, we make way more money than you. Y'all are broke as fuck. Like, we actually make money, you know?
I know.
It's like interesting. Like, who's to say, oh, the fashion models, those are the real models, and the Instagram models, oh, that's not the real models. Those are just like pretend models.
That's why I'm like, they're just two different categories. It's Instagram models and models. Like signed models, brand models, Instagram models. So it's like, which pool do you want to go into?
I see.
That's how I kind of think about it.
But you see them on the same level? Or do you see like one higher than the other?
No, I don't think one is higher than the other, but I do think that you need to think about which one you want to jump into first, you know? Because I'm friends with both. Like, because I did work in social media and I'm a photographer, so I get asked to do a lot of shoots. But then I started out as a kid and I went to FITM, so I'm like very in the fashion industry. So I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. I don't know about the fashion industry. It's a little like, I feel sometimes like there's just like 7 dudes in a skyscraper who are like, this is what's beautiful. You guys should think this is what's beautiful. And we want to sell more clothes. So we're going to tell you what's beautiful. And this is going to be high fashion. And if you don't agree with it, you're wrong. We're right, based on our arbitrary beliefs.
I think there's a little bit to it of like, oh, you're in style, buy this, now you're beautiful. Oh, that's not in style, now you're ugly. So this is beautiful, so buy this.
Yeah. And like, who chose what's in style? It's like the heads of these giant brands that like pay these celebrities to wear clothes, and now this is in style, you got to buy our clothes, blah blah blah.
There
blah
is some art to it though, like the colors and the fabrics and the silhouettes. Like there is some art. Here's
what made me give up on fashion.
Okay.
So I went to this fashion show once. Well, I didn't go to it. This was the one I saw on Instagram actually. And they literally, I'm not kidding you, they dress girls up in literal garbage bags. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, they went to fucking Kroger or some shit, bought some garbage bags, cut holes in the top, and these girls were walking down in actual, like, trash bags. And everybody's like, how artistic. Bravo. How much for the trash bag? Right. $3,000 for the trash. And I'm like, how much of a sheep can you be that you think that this is fashion? Like, it just...
Maybe you're just not seeing it the right way.
Apparently not. But I think all the sheep are just like, just fucking, oh, this Louis Vuitton? It must be great because Louis Vuitton said it's
trash
great.
Bag, though.
I know, but what? Like what?
Just kidding.
It's just so bizarre to me. Like I don't get it.
They definitely take it too far sometimes, but it's their art. I mean,
I just like I get if you want to do art and like you think it's cool, it's your art, okay. I just don't get why other people think it's like
kind of cheap.
It just feels like so fake to me. I don't know.
I like the art of fashion, but like the trash bag, the like some of their stunts I don't necessarily understand, but I was a designer, so I was like a part of creating the like absurd things a little bit, but it's fun kind of.
What do you think about, can I get your fashion advice for a guy, or do you mostly deal with girls' fashion? Both, okay. What do you think this new trend where it's like pants that are like 8 sizes too big?
We were just talking about that this morning. No Actually, we were looking at these boys walking and we're like, that's really impossible to walk. We're like, who approved? I don't know who approved this or
so you
where
don't
it
like
came
it?
From. No, they couldn't walk. And we were like trying to go in the car and I was like, okay, guys, can you just speed it up? Yeah, it's not functional. I don't understand.
I get annoyed and obviously this is just my own personal preference, when like fashion doesn't somehow like make the human body look good. When it's just like, oh, we don't even know what your legs look like at all because it's just a fucking balloon on your pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't get it either, and I'm in fashion.
Okay, good.
So I deal with more functional arts type of things.
Yeah.
But
What's like your, let's say you see a guy, what's like, you visualize a hot guy. Like, what is he wearing? Like, what's like his like style? Oh
God, something that fits probably or functional.
Mm-hmm.
What is good? I like black. I think black is always chic. You can wear it anywhere all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So just black basics, I feel, because then that like really shows off your face and your features and stuff like that. So I like basics a lot of the time.
Black t-shirt, jeans,
yeah.
Maybe a chain, maybe a watch, like something like that.
Yeah, accessories, like little details. That also keeps it interesting and shows you a little bit about the personality. So
Gotcha.
By what they pick out.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's my opinion.
How has the dating scene been for you in LA?
Oh God, I haven't dated in LA in years, actually.
How come?
Because I dated in Bali.
Oh, so Bali's
I was like, that's
Bali's
where I
your
was
spot.
dating. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But then I haven't even dated in about 2 years, actually, because I've just been so busy traveling and loving life and not being stressed and doing what I want to do.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what do you think about, so you live half the year in Bali, half here?
Mm-hmm.
What's the rationale behind that? Is like summers in Bali are better or something, or?
I don't like being cold.
I
So I
see.
just take off to
Cold.
Bali when it's cold.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
don't
cannot-
know what cold is.
I don't want to know.
To you guys, it's like 60 degrees in LA. Everybody's like, I can't go out.
freezing.
I'm staying in tonight. Watch out for the polar bears out there.
Yeah, I don't like the cold. When it hits like 60, I'm out.
Got it.
Yeah, so we just take off to Bali, and we're on an island where it's sunny.
Bali's
so.
nice. It's nice. What do you like? Do you like the culture better there or here?
They're honest. Why I do both is they're completely different worlds.
Mm.
Honestly, like complete opposites. So I really like recharge and stay creative over there, and then I come back here and like do the typical LA industry life.
What does that mean?
Just like hustle all the time.
Networking, hustling.
Yeah, doing multiple things.
Lying to people. Networking.
Asking them their signs.
Yeah, you really, if you want to get good at networking, you really got to learn
I need
this
to
stuff.
really research
I'll give you
that.
some flashcards. It helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, LA is very, when I first moved to LA, I could not tell you how many people tried to get me to invest in some bullshit company that like didn't, it was always one of three things too. It was either a cannabis company that didn't exist, some kind of crypto Bitcoin app that like there's like spelling wrong on their website and shit like that, or some like pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing scheme that I'm like, I'm not sure if you're trying to convince me because you want to trick me, or if you got tricked yourself and you're too dumb to figure it out and you actually think this is a legitimate business.
So sad.
It's so sad.
It's sad when that happens.
Yeah. What is what it is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What is the culture like in Bali? I've only been once, but it was like,
yeah,
for
where
like a
did you
week.
go?
It was just like the main one.
Canggu,
No.
Uluwatu, Ubud.
Ubud.
Oh, that's nice.
Is
the
it?
jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fun.
usually at the beach
Oh,
in
okay.
Uluwatu.
I'm not a big beach guy.
Why?
Okay. People don't understand this.
I was like, that just killed my heart.
So back in the day, we used to live in nature, right? So we lived in these jungles and like lived on all these places. And life was like horrible. Like you like get one infection, like you're dead. Your kid gets bitten by a mosquito, he's dead. You know what I mean? Like there's lions all over the place. Like we're getting attacked by animals. We're like, please get us out of nature. Finally, we got out of nature, right? And we like built shit that like is way better than anything nature can provide. Air conditioning, fucking everything.
Okay.
So now you go to the beach, right? I go to Santa Monica. It's like it smells bad. Like you get sand all over the place. Like it's cold. Like the water, you can't even swim. The water is cold. Like you got to find parking, all this shit. And I'm like, we fixed this problem. We just dug holes. We filled them with concrete and we put water in it. It's called a pool with a jacuzzi. Why would you? I don't see any, unless you're like an avid surfer. There's no reason to go to the beach.
It's not the same. You need to come back to Bali and go to Uluwatu.
But what's different about it?
It's completely different. Like, you clearly hate nature, but like it can be beautiful sometimes, like snorkeling and seeing the fish and the life. You don't get that in a pool.
Yeah, okay, snorkeling, but like how often do you go snorkeling? Like, do you go to every day? You go to the beach and just go snorkeling?
Every weekend, just walk in and go snorkeling. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're a strong swimmer, I don't recommend it for everyone.
Yeah, no, I'm a good swimmer. Yeah.
Okay, then you need to come out.
Yeah, it's just like what?
It's beautiful.
It's like we solved all the
because it's
problems.
nature. Because like it's not touched by humans. That's what makes it so nice.
If you just go on Google Images, nature pictures, you can see all the nature you want at the comfort in your bed with the air conditioning pouring on. You know, you get bored, you don't have to drive back. You just like
get outside more. No, I like the ocean. It's
so you like nature. You're a big nature.
Yeah,
okay.
that's why I like run away from LA so I can get to nature.
Let me ask you something. So in a forest, there's a tree. You consider that nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say some of the branches, the tree dies, the tree falls down in the forest. Is that still nature? Falling down tree in the forest?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say a beaver, right? He cuts the tree up with his teeth and he like pats it with his tail and he builds this little dam in the water. Is that nature?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say then along comes, back in the caveman days or whatever, human comes, he takes some of the branches, he builds a little hut for himself. Do you consider that nature?
Okay, yes.
Okay. So what if a human takes all these ingredients from nature? He takes mud and clay and he builds them into walls. He takes metal that he found in the quarry and he builds them into wires and he constructs this whole house.
Touché.
Is that not nature?
Touché, whatever.
Everything's nature. Okay. It's all nature.
Okay, touche. That was good.
Nobody agrees with me for some reason. I don't know why.
I think you need to just go to the beach.
Have you heard of this other new thing that people are doing? Literally, I learned about this in Mexico, actually. It's like a new, a lot of like very spiritual people are doing it. So I was staying at this Airbnb with my friend and she's like, hey, Zach, when your plane lands, I'm going to leave the door open. You can just walk in the door and, we don't have to deal with the key situation, everything, right? So I go to Mexico. I get there. The gate's already open, right? So I walk in the gate and there's like a little walkway to the house and then the door is cracked open like 45 degrees of the house. So I'm walking up. I'm like, yo, Vanessa, I'm here. Silence. Nothing in the house, right? And I creak the door up. I'm like, hey, anybody here? Complete silence. I'm thinking, this is my first time in Mexico City. I don't know how this works. Maybe like the cartel found out the gringos are coming. They're like, it's going to come. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like looking in. I'm like tiptoeing around. And I peer around the corner. And it scared the shit out of me. There's just 8 girls sitting there staring at the wall. Like, have you ever seen I Am Legend with the zombies? They turn on the flashlight. The zombies are just like standing there. It was like, I was like, what the fuck, Vanessa? And she's like, shh, we're meditating. And they're doing this thing called meditation. All these people are doing it now. You literally just sit there and stare at the wall for 20 minutes. And you know what's even crazier? Vanessa was telling me, because she's really into it, she was paid $2,000 to go on this thing called a meditation retreat, where she goes to somebody else's house and she stares at their walls for 7 days. And all they do is stare at the walls. Then they go outside, they stare at the tree. Then they come back and they stare at a table. They just stare at things. And I told her, I was like, look, I would have given you, I have a lot of walls in my house I don't even use. I would have given you like half price, like $1,000. You can use as many walls all week long. It would have been way more like cost effective.
Oh. So you don't meditate at all then?
I tried it once.
How'd it go?
It made my anxiety worse.
I was about to say, it could actually make things way worse.
Because the entire time I'm like...
that many hours, I would probably just get really stressed out.
Oh, I only did it for 20 minutes. And I'm like, every second ticking by, I was like, I'm not fixing my problem. I'm not fixing my problem. I'm not fixing my problem. It was horrible. I never want to do it again.
Oh, God. So many meditation and spiritual people are going to hate me after this. I believe in science. Like... I think music, certain type of music can probably do a little bit more for your brain than staring at a wall.
Maybe. Like what kind of music? Like the binaural beats?
Yeah.
Have you heard of binaural beats?
I'm a big fan of that type of stuff.
I've been curious about those.
I've never tried it. You should. That is a little more efficient than a wall. But I'm sure these people are doing a lot of inner work. So
Will that heal my inner child?
yes.
Why are you laughing at me?
I'm so sorry. Yes, it will.
Yes. Nice. Mm-hmm. So I have a way of dealing with anxiety. It works better than therapy, at least for me. It's costs $0, and all you need is a mirror and about 5 minutes of your time. It's like a life hack, right? So you can use any mirror, bedroom mirror, bathroom mirror, whatever. And what you do is you go to the mirror, you look deep into your own eyes, and you take your emotions and you stuff them deep down in your psyche where they belong. Then you man up and fix the problem. It works every time.
Rough. That's so rough.
Yeah. People say that I should go to therapy, but I don't know.
Therapy is good.
I had a bad experience with therapy.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened?
So I was dating this girl, and every Wednesday she would get mad at me for no reason. And I was trying to figure it out, but I'm like Sherlock Holmes. I'm like figuring out the clues. I'm like Wednesday. Figure it out. Every Wednesday she'd go to therapy, and her therapist would dredge up all this stuff from her past. You know, when you were little, your mom put your sister's spelling test on the fridge. She didn't put your test. That's why you have anxiety, blah, blah, blah. So 6 months goes by. Nothing's getting better. Like, she's not changing at all. And I told her, I was like, I have 0 therapy degree. I have no knowledge of therapy. I never went to school for it. I can tell you 100% why she had anxiety. Because every day she'd wake up, she takes her vape in one hand, she takes her phone in her other hand, and she looks at TikTok 2 inches from her eyeballs while she sucks in nicotine like it's oxygen. I'm like, that's why I have anxiety, not because the spelling test's on the fridge, blah, blah, blah. So I told her that. Then the next week, she's like, Zach, my therapist wants you to come to our next session. And I'm like, what did I get myself into? Fuck.
Oh.
So I go in. Instantly, the guy, the therapist, he's like giving me like a dirty look right when I walk in. And the next half an hour for half of the session, he's just berating me. You're the reason. You're toxic for her. You're the reason for anxiety. Like, you need to heal your own inner demons, blah, blah, blah. And halfway through, because like I said, I'm Sherlock Holmes, right? I'm like, clues. I'm like, this dude is trying to fuck my girl.
Oh my God.
He's trying to paint me as the bad guy. So then she comes crying on his shoulder. Oh, it's okay. And then he's like the little simp that like gets the girl at the end. So I storm out of the fucking therapist office. I'm like, fuck this shit. My girl comes running after me. She's like, Zach, blah, blah, blah. What happened? I'm like, your therapist is trying to fuck you. She looks at me. She's like, Zach, first of all, he's not my therapist. He's my energy healer. And I was like, he's not even a real therapist? I'm like, this Walmart brand therapist. What is even an energy healer? Like what are your critics? You go to the top of a mountain, you get struck by lightning, you're an energy healer? Like, what even is an energy healer?
Wow.
And after that, I never went to therapy again.
Yeah, I was like, I probably want to go to therapy after that.
Yeah.
I don't actually believe. Well, okay, I do believe in therapy. Actually, I have quite a history with this. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
This is like, okay, so this is a little bit dramatic. So in 2017, this is what ended my modeling career, actually.
Oh,
this is so
interesting.
dramatic. This is going to go so good. Okay, so I was walking across the street and I had the light, and then out of nowhere, a truck hit me. So that instantly ended my career.
Damn.
So
what happened? Like, you broke your leg, or like you...
I actually I got a TBI, which is a traumatic brain injury.
Damn.
And that's why I really believe in like science of healing. And I had medication for my entire 2018. I was basically asleep. I was on so many meds. I could only wake up for like 15 minutes a day. So that whole year my life doesn't even exist.
That's crazy.
So I was like, so many mental problems after that, right? Because you have time distortion and post-traumatic stress and like all of that sort of stuff. So I learned about EMDR, which I think is so much better than any therapy I ever went to or heard about, which is like eye movement desensitization restoration. So
what is that? Yeah, what is that?
Eye movement desensitization restoration. So you reprogram any trauma in your life, basically.
Okay.
And it's like you're just going back and forth, or they use lights or sounds or anything like that, but it's like so fast because you really only have to do like 12 or 16 sessions, and it really reprograms your brain completely. Where I like have a lot of friends who go to therapy for years, and I tell them, I was like, please just try EMDR. Like, you will be so much better in like 2 months, because it when you're going back and forth with eye movement, it imitates REM sleep cycle. So your brain is processing the memories faster in a different way than just talking about it. So I was like, EMDR is definitely a way better route than therapy.
I want to check that out. That sounds
You
super
should. It's actually really good. And I was hit by a truck, so I would know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I just like science-based things. I don't like when it's like too like wishy-washy. And I agree. Like I know so many friends. It's like, yo, you've been going the past 4 years. Like, what is the definition of insanity? It's like doing the same thing over and over. And at some point, I'm like, maybe it's just not work. But then, of course, their therapist tells them, yeah, like some therapists say, yeah, you're gonna need therapy the rest of your life to continue to process these emotions. I'm like,
no,
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
No, I don't think it. I think the point is to heal your brain scientifically and move forward in life. Like therapy is good if like some people have really good relationships. I have several girlfriends who have really good relationships with their therapist, but I was like, I don't have a relationship with a therapist. I just did EMDR and like overcame so many things very quickly.
I also think that like a lot of like I could understand trying therapy if like, okay, you were in World War fucking whatever, you're in Vietnam, your best friend gets blown up next to you, you have all this trauma, like you come back and like you're having nightmares, PTSD. I'm like, okay, like I get it. You want to try EMDR, you want to try therapy, like okay, yeah, try it. It makes sense. But I feel like a lot of people nowadays are like, my girlfriend broke up with me. Like, I need therapy. I'm like, no, you need to man the fuck up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, don't say that. No, but okay, think about it. This is why I would say the opposite, actually. I would say everyone should do like 2 months of EMDR. Like, it doesn't even matter if you think you've never been through anything traumatic, because even as children and growing up, like trauma, like this is an easy way to break it down, is like it ties a knot in your brain. So there's a knot there and your thoughts are circling, right? But there's a knot, so it has to build another like road around it, right? So I would say everyone should try EMDR, because there are like certain knots in your brain you don't even know exist. You know, like you could actually be upset about some fight you got in with your parents back in high school, and that's what's making you self-sabotage a career you should go after. And I know that sounds dramatic, but it's actually so true, because like the brain itself, like scientifically, I really like neurology, so I like reading books and stuff about that type of stuff. It's just like so fascinating the way the brain works. So like that was like the simple broken down version of that, but like EMDR goes in and it targets those knots, because like I got hit by a truck, but like something that actually was really upsetting me was something in my childhood. So we untied that knot, then we could untie the knot of like being hit by a truck, and then I was able to heal and move forward faster.
Interesting.
So that's what I would say, actually. It doesn't matter how traumatic it is. It's like your brain does have knots in it. And like people should just go in and undo them, because like even you could just have like a dumb personality trait that's like annoying, like you're selfish or something like that.
Or you're just dumb.
Yeah, which could be from like a knot when you were a kid or in college or something like that.
But you don't think some people are just dumb?
The nice answer would be no, but I have definitely met some people where I question what happened. No, I question what happened in their childhood.
Well, here's the thing. There's different kinds of intelligence, right? Like I'm very like book smart and street smart. Like some of the girls are dated are like, you know, really good at like finger painting, or like maybe they have a different kind of intelligence, or like coloring books, or you know, it's just different kinds of intelligence. Yeah,
I agree. There are different kinds of smarts.
One girl, okay, tell me if this is dumb or if this is a knot in her brain. So I went on a date with this one girl, and she was a vegan, right? Which is like are you vegan?
No.
It's very difficult for me to date a vegan, because I need my protein sources to come from like man sources, like the dead carcasses of slaughtered animals. You know, I can't have my burger be made out of cashews and grass. Like it's not going to work for me, you know.
Wide a way to word that. Okay.
Not in a bad way. Though. Not like in a bad way.
Might be vegan now. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So I spend a lot of time to find a restaurant that has like good options for both, you know. So we go there, and the waiter comes over, and she's like, "I'll have the chicken sandwich." And I was like, no, it's not like impossible meat. It's not like fake meat. It's like, this is like chicken. And she's like, yeah. Chickens don't have souls, duh. But the way she said it made me feel like I was dumb. I was like, wait, can vegans eat chicken? Like, am I the dumb one here? And then she literally just downed a complete chicken sandwich.
So what animals do and don't have souls?
Apparently fish and chickens, no souls. Cows' souls, dog souls, deer
like
souls.
A size thing? Like,
I think it's
like
just
too small to have souls?
I think it's like how cute they are. Like if they're cute, then they have a soul. I'm pretty sure that's how like it worked in her brain.
I think chickens are cute. Have you seen a baby chicken?
Baby ones are cute. But I would never eat a baby chicken. That's just cruel. Unless it was so baby it was unborn, and then it's just eggs. Actually, that's
God.
kind of nasty.
That's like, now it's actually really sad. I think I might just become a vegan.
So is an egg just a chicken's period?
Oh my God.
That's gross. I've been eating eggs my whole life. That's fucking gross.
Jesus.
What the fuck? I have nightmares tonight from this podcast.
So dumb.
And then on the third date, she told me she didn't believe that the dinosaurs were real. And it was like a conspiracy for the government.
What's the point of that? Like, why would they try to make people believe dinosaurs are real?
It was to distract us.
From what?
Their nefarious plan. So is this
Earth also flat?
Is it not? Probably. I should have had her join the Facebook Flat Earth Society group or whatever.
Probably.
So yeah, we only dated like 7 or 8 months and then called it quits. Yeah.
It's a long time.
She was really fun.
That's good.
And she was hot. Of course, I only care that she had a great personality, not about the hot part, but
That's good.
I'm very shy and romantic, yeah. I used to be a fuckboy.
Did you?
But it's not my fault.
You don't seem like that
it was
at
some
all.
of my trauma. What, are you being sarcastic?
I'm just kidding.
You know what's funny?
I was like, was that nice or not?
Ironically, I was talking to my friend about this the other day. I was so mad at her for saying nice things about me behind my back, because the biggest insult you can say about a guy is that he's a good guy, is that he's nice, he's a great person to get to know. That's the biggest insult.
You sound so toxic.
I would rather have
So
a girl
toxic.
say, that guy, he's an asshole, sociopath.
You're the reason I leave LA, just so you know. You're so toxic.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Oh my God, who says that? You want to know? Okay, I don't believe in manifestation, but I believe in mindset. Okay, so you know one thing that changed my life that I think all girls should know?
Yeah, what?
I used to like have a lot of fuckboys in my life, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And then I was like, it's got to be a me problem. And it was. So then I started saying, I only want good guys in my life. So then I had a ton of good guys in my life. And then I was like, you know what? All the good guys floated to me. So I'm going to say no more good guys, only great men. And then out of nowhere, I have probably the greatest men in my life, and that's it. Like, fuckboys don't even talk to me.
Okay.
Because it's an energy you carry.
Here's the truth about it. I wish to God I could just be a good little simp. And I could just run around with my nice friends and ride bird scooters. And I wish I could be a simp. My life would be easier.
What's stopping you?
You know how much work it is to be a solid sociopath narcissist fuckboy, like a real professional one? Not like one of these like take shirtless selfies at like LA Fitness, like an amateur fuckboy, like with bad, like be a real fuckboy, go to Equinox, like an adult fuckboy, not Equinox Culver City either. I'm talking West Hollywood, maybe Beverly Hills if you're in a pincher over the age of 40, and get a car where the doors open up instead of sideways like a poor person. Be a true sociopath narcissist. Simp would be way easier. You just, hey, I love you. Here's some flowers. $14.99 at Ralph's. Everything's
Simp
great.
or romantic?
It's the same thing.
Romantic sounds better.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to destroy romance for you. You're not going to want to hear it, but it's true.
Okay, I'm going to have a good comeback.
If a guy, let's say a guy is like, I really love your eyes. No, let's say a guy's like, I really like your body, right? That means he's thinking about sex, right? If he says, I really like your eyes, that means he's thinking about your personality. If he says, I really like your heart, that means he's thinking about your soul, right? But all three guys are still trying to fuck you. That's the reality. Like the romantic, I got you flowers. He gave you flowers because he wants to fuck you. And I'm not saying in a bad way, it's a bad thing or a good thing. That's just the reality of what it is. Maybe he's trying to fuck you in like a nicer way. You know what I mean?
You know, like marriage and love still exists, though. I would say a lot of my guy friends will this is what's interesting, because I said I have a lot of like great men who are my friends.
Yeah.
And then I also have a lot of model friends who are like the hottest thing, right? Because I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
They literally they are so focused on what they're doing with the guys. They're so focused on their careers and stuff. They're not interested in talking to any girls who are down to sleep with anyone, because they're looking for girls who have really high standards and are just going after what they want to do, like their purpose in life, you know? So I don't even believe that. I think there's like a whole nother category of people that really just go under the radar.
Here's where I disagree with you. So, I started off as the romantic simp. My parents were super religious. They taught me always be very polite, be nice to women, buy them flowers. I couldn't get a girl to save my fucking life until finally my junior year of high school. Finally, this girl liked me. I was in true love with this girl, right? I was like, I would do anything to make her happy. You won't believe this. This is the biggest simp shit ever. I would wake up every Monday at 6 a.m. and I would drive to the Walmart between our houses. And I'll get a package of the purple Skittles, you know, the wild berry flavors or whatever. That was her favorite Skittles. And some flowers. And I would write a cute note to her. And I would put on her doorstep and I would leave. So she would be surprised when the door was on.
That's so sweet.
No, biggest simp shit ever.
So
Never.
cute.
I did that for 3.5 years.
Wow.
Then one day my friend comes up to me. He's like, yo, Zach, like, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I was at a party last night. I see Julie walk into a room with another guy. They're in there for 30 minutes. They come out together. Everybody's saying they hooked up. I'm like, no way. We're in love. There's no way she would cheat on me. I do everything for her. So I confronted her about it. And she just admitted it in the most nonchalant way. Like, I'm bawling my eyes out. She's like, yeah. And you know who she cheated on me with? The guy she would always complain about. He's hooking up with 2 of my friends at the same time. They don't even know. He's a fuckboy. He's an asshole. He's so annoying. I'm like, that's the guy you hooked up with? And I still remember the last thing I said to her. I was like, Julie, I'm like bawling my eyes. I was like, I would do anything for you. I'm the perfect boyfriend.
So
I was like, I just want to know why. She wouldn't like this. Watch. She literally shrugged her shoulders like this. And she goes, I just got bored. And that moment, I was like, 3.5 years, you just got bored. Fuck this shit. I will never be this fucking simp guy again. And after that, I started waking up at 6 a.m. every morning. Fuck this shit. I'm going to show all you fuckers who's boss, right? For 8 years, I didn't fucking party. I didn't do nothing. I just built my business, built my YouTube channel until finally I was rich. I'm living in LA, have a dope car. And I found my ex on Instagram and I followed her. 8 years, I haven't talked to her. Then she followed me back, right? And then so I post that night all these stories. I'm at a mansion party, models everywhere. I have a sports car, all this cool shit, right? And then she unfollowed me. So I knew it like affected her, right? So then I went to the Walmart that was closest to me. I bought a package of the purple Skittles. I took a picture of it and I DM'd her the picture of the purple Skittles. And then I wrote, thank you for making me the man that I am today. And then underneath, so I can get girls who are way hotter than you, fire emoji. And that was the greatest moment of my life. That is why I will never need therapy. All my trauma was wiped out from the past and now I'm just good.
I don't even know what to say, but that sounds...
Say congratulations, Zach. You fixed your trauma. What do you mean?
That's why you don't need therapy. That's good.
Yeah. So now I became in my villain era, and then I became huge fuckboy, gaslighting, all love bombing, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm kind of like in the middle. Now I've kind of like, I've seen the world, you know, like Aladdin, I can show you the world. Like I've seen the fucking world. And now I know how things line up.
So don't you think you could have built everything with like a positive partner though? Because it kind of makes it seem like people today make it sound like you have to be single to build what you want or get to your dream. But I don't think so.
I agree with you, but I think here's a reality. To get a positive partner, every girl likes guys who play games.
No.
You're lying.
I do not.
You're lying.
No, I actually
guarantee
do
you.
not. I do not, and my girlfriends do not. Like, we get made fun of for like not being a problem or like being typical.
I'm gonna prove it to you right now.
Okay,
Let's say you're on a date with a guy. Let's say it's your third date, right?
okay.
You're in the living room with him, on the couch, you're vibing with him, you're drinking, the drinks are flowing. You're like, I really like this guy. Like you like him. You're like into him. You want to hook up with him, right? At some point, you're sitting on the couch. He's gonna say something along the lines of, "Oh, let's go to my bedroom. Come meet my puppy. Let's go to the bedroom. I have to show you this YouTube video on my laptop in my bedroom. Come to my bedroom. I got to show you my Yu-Gi-Oh card collection." Whatever excuse to go in the bedroom, right? Now, in your mind, you know he's trying to get you in the bedroom for sex. He knows it, but you need him to play some kind of game and say, "Oh, let's go into the bedroom for this reason."
Maybe just be a girl who doesn't ever need a boy for anything.
No, I'm not saying you need the boy. I'm saying you want him to play a kind of game and not say, hey, let's go into my bedroom to fuck, because you're like, no. But if he says, let's go in my bedroom to meet my puppy, even if you know that you're going to fuck, you want him to say, oh, so you can tell your girlfriends, oh, it just happened. I was just at his house, we were drinking. I slipped on a banana peel and his dick was in my esophagus. It just happened. You know what I mean? Which I get. Like, girls want to be swept off their feet in some kind of way.
That does not sound like being swept off your feet.
But I'm saying, so you'd rather have a guy literally say, hey, let's go to my bedroom to go fuck, than let's go to my bedroom.
I don't think any guy would ever talk to me like that.
I know, because it'd be offensive, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You like games. Because,
no, that doesn't go together at all.
Yeah, because him not playing games and just being honest is
but
just...
like, maybe it's not about the games. Maybe it's about just like building a life together, because like life is so much more beautiful than the bullshit people are doing with relationships in this generation.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, like I would rather, like, me and my friends, we actually don't really date. We kind of just travel and do our careers. We have such a good group of friends that we like just go kind of around the world creating. I sound very boring, but like,
no, that's
it's
not
the
a bad
most
thing.
fun, like, best time of my life.
I'm not saying you should want a relationship. I'm just saying girls, including yourself.
Okay, I guess
if
that's
you
girls,
are talking to a guy,
and then there's different when there's like women who don't like have like standards, and like that's not a part of anything in their life.
I've just never met a girl that doesn't like some level of games.
Me.
So you want
You've
a guy,
now met me.
But I'm saying you want a guy to be 100% just honest with you.
Transparency. I think that's the most powerful thing. That is the most powerful thing anyone can ever be, is transparent about everything.
But this is what I'm saying. If a guy's actually transparent, right? He sees you.
But he's not going to play games. He's going to do romantic things.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, if a guy's actually being transparent, then he would say, like, let's say he walked up to you randomly, like, whatever, you're at Bali, you're at some like open bar, it's like cool, whatever. He would walk up to you, if he was actually being transparent, because he doesn't know your personality, he'd be like, yo, I think you're really cute. I want to fuck you. If he was actually being transparent, like, maybe you'd say, I want to fuck you. Also, but we can like get to know each other.
I feel like most guys aren't actually like that. I feel like most guys actually are low-key looking for love in their partner, no?
Also,
aren't guys
love,
looking for that?
Also love, but like, also they want to fuck you.
I feel like most people are just looking, honestly, kind of for their soulmate.
I'm looking for all my soulmates.
All of your soulmates.
I found quite a few of them, but I want to find all of them. You know?
Okay.
It's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all, you know. Not in a bad way. Is that toxic?
I was like,
wait, it would be unfair of me if some of my soulmates I never got to meet. What if I'm their only soulmate and they never got to meet me because I was too busy with my other soulmates? That would kind of suck.
I don't think that's how that works.
How does it work?
I think like we have multiple soulmates, and that like determines what path in life you take.
Yeah, I want to find all my soulmates.
But you can't take all the paths. You got to pick one.
Come on, don't do that to
That's
me.
just chaotic. You know what that is? That's chaotic and not like...
I'm a Pisces. But
yeah, I was like, this is where the game theory comes in, where it's like romantic men just pick one path, one girl, and they go down it.
What do you think about flowers on a first date?
I would love that.
I feel like you say that, but you wouldn't.
Why? Why would I not?
I feel like you
wouldn't like that. No, I wouldn't cringe.
So
that's so old-fashioned and so cute.
On a first date?
Like, old-fashioned is actually really hot in this generation of fuckboys.
No. I actually grew up very chivalrous. My dad taught me, like, open the door.
What happened? Skittles happened? I'm sorry.
I got a girl's flowers once.
Okay.
And she blocked me on all platforms, blocked all my friends, and never talked to me again.
Well, I'm pretty sure that one girl doesn't, like, speak for all girls.
No, I know. But I'm saying, so here's what happened. Okay. I'm dating this girl. I told her we're not exclusive. We're having, like, we're not exclusive. We're whatever. It is what it is. But we start hanging out a lot, 3-4 times a week, right? One day she says, Zach, you never do anything romantic for me. You never buy me flowers. You never blah, blah. I'm like, all right, let me do something nice for this girl, right? So I go to this website, and it's one of these sites where they will, like, deliver the flowers to their doorstep. They get surprised by it, that kind of thing, right? Type it in. I'm about to hit checkout. If I would have just hit checkout, everything would have gone fine. But right before I hit it, boop, there's this little pop-up on the screen. And it says, wait, before you check out, there's a special deal, buy one, get one half off. So my mom always told me, always use discounts, blah, blah, blah. So I get 2 flowers, send one to the girl, and then I send the other to this other girl I'm seeing. So I'm thinking, girls like flowers. I'm giving 2 girls flowers. I'm spreading more joy throughout the universe. I would even consider myself somewhat of a philanthropist at this point, right?
Oh my God.
But then I'm riding home back with the one girl, and I just got this new BMW, and it has this stupid fucking thing where it connects the Bluetooth from your phone to the screen of the car, right? So we're just driving home. All of a sudden, boop, on the screen, it's like new message from girl number 2. And girl number 1 is like, who the fuck is girl number 2? She gets all suspicious. And, you know, girls are even more like Sherlock Holmes than me. They can find the clues, and they find the clues. I'm literally dead asleep, 4 a.m, just like sleeping, right? All of a sudden I wake up. Fuck you. You're fucking this girl too. You got her flowers too. I'm like, what the fuck? I look up. She hacked into my phone, and she was reading through my text messages. And then she takes her phone, turns around, takes a picture of me, like half naked in my bed, finds a girl on Instagram, DMs her the picture of me in my bed and some long ass paragraph, and then fucking blocks me and never talks to me again. And I'm like, that's the last time I'm going to get a girl flowers, because that shit will backfire on you.
That sounds like that backfired. Oh my God, that's the worst flower story I've ever heard.
I know, yeah.
Wow.
So
I think maybe just get one girl flowers.
Maybe.
Might solve the problem.
I
You could have sent the flowers to your mom.
Yeah, I don't know if they delivered to Wisconsin.
Oh, it was in LA, yeah.
Yeah,
My bad. Well, that's a great story, actually. So
at least I got a story.
Worked
I
out
lost
for
2
you.
girls, but at least I got a story.
There's more in the world.
There is more in the world, yeah. And now I'm no longer a simp, so I can actually, they will like me.
Send out 20 flowers. Just kidding.
Just blast them out to my contacts.
Like all the girls.
Actually, you know what I do?
All the girls will post it on their stories, and then everyone's going to be in like a war.
I'm going to tell you one thing. One thing I do like using flowers for, it's a very calculated move. It's a way where you can see if a girl is hooking up with other dudes in a slyly clever way. So what you do is you go again on one of these websites, you send her flowers, but on the tag, instead of putting from Zach, you put from smiley face. That's it. That way the next day, if she calls you, oh my God, thanks so much for the flowers, she's only seeing you. If she doesn't call you, it means she doesn't know which of the dudes that she's hooking up with got her the flowers.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, I use flowers as like a win-win scenario.
That's actually genius.
Yeah, I'm very smart.
I'm going to teach my sons that.
You should. I'm going to teach my sons that too. Yeah.
Oh man, that's intense.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. In our friend group, right? The nicest guys in our friend group, you know what girls say about them? He's such a great guy. He would be great. Anybody would be lucky to have him. But every girl says that. One time a girl said it about one of my friends, and I was like, any girl would be lucky to have him? You're a girl. Fucking date him. What do you mean? He's lonely. Like, he doesn't get girls. Like, fucking date him. And she's like, no, not me. Not me. Other girls. And that's why, like, I'm so against the whole like nice guy thing. It's because it's like,
you and I are gonna fight. You and I are gonna fight. Like, you said the wrong thing. Like, nice guys are great men who really win in the end.
Have you ever heard the thing, nice guys finish last?
Yes, and I hate that. Like, I'm like the spokesperson to tell every nice guy they are the greatest man and they're gonna win in the end. And I've watched it happen.
I've never seen it happen in my life.
I think you hang out with a lot of fuckboys, so I think that kind of makes sense.
Some of my friends are fuckboys. Yeah,
I don't know.
But here's the thing. We didn't want to be fuckboys. The marketplace.
Oh, it just happened to you guys. It just happened to you guys.
Every guy.
We just started acting like complete tools and playing games with girls.
No.
Just happened.
Every guy starts off as a nice guy, and then you know what happens? He
had no will.
Cheated on.
Oh my God.
It's not you, it's me. Hook up with your friends until it's like from the ashes, the fuckboy is born. It's like, have you ever seen the movie where they build the robot to protect humanity, and then the robot ends up turning on them and they get destroyed by the very thing they create? That's like girls, they create the fuckboys because they friend zone the nice guys so many times that they become fuckboys, and then the fuckboys turn on them and become the ultimate demise, just like the robot in the movie. I think it's iRobot. Is it called iRobot?
Oh,
you gotta see. It's a good movie.
I don't even know what to say. But no.
This is what I experienced.
Okay,
I'm not basing this off a book I read. This is like, I'm out there in the real world every day.
Every fuckboy acts, okay, and I can say this, like, because I do have some friends, and it's kind of amusing. Me and my girlfriends talk about it. They're fuckboys, but when they come hang out with us, that fuckboy in them is completely gone. Like, they are the most gentlemanly brother type of guys. And we kind of didn't even realize one of them was a fuckboy when we were in Bali. And then we started hearing stories about him or seeing him interacting with other girls. And we're like, that's so strange, because when he's with us, he's a complete gentleman. And we're like, that's because that's where we set the bar. So, like, it just matters with the people you hang out with, what comes out of you, you know?
Maybe. So,
like, every fuckboy, it's a choice, because there's a gentleman in every fuckboy.
Okay, let me tell you another story.
Oh my God. Okay.
Are you sick of my stories yet?
Let's go.
Okay. This is how I know that girls don't understand social dynamics.
You're so rude. You're so rude. Oh my God.
Hey, it's good content.
Okay.
It's good content. It's good content. So we're going to a party one time. We're going to this party in Malibu. And I'm driving my friend's girlfriend, and she's in the passenger seat. And on the way, it's like, Malibu, it's like a 40-minute drive. I'm telling her all, like, my fuckboy stories from the villain days, like my villain era, like all the stories I'm telling you. She's like laughing her ass off. She's like, haha, that's hilarious. She's like, Zach, she gets excited. She's like, Zach, tonight I'm going to be your wingman at the party. Like, I'm going to get you so many bitches. I'm like, oh, dear Lord, please. I will get my own bitches. I don't want you interfering, getting the bitches, right? So we get to the party, and I start talking to this cute girl. We're vibing, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, the girl comes up, dragging along this other girl that she met. And she's like, oh, this is the guy I was telling you about. Zach, he's such a great guy. He's so nice. All the things that you say are compliments. He's such a great guy. Like, you should get to know him. And I just watch the girls' faces, and any ounce of attraction they had for me, I just watch it shrivel up like a raisin. And you know what the girl says? And she wasn't even that cute of a girl. She goes, oh, that's cute. But all like, oh, cute little puppy dog. Not like, oh, that's hot. Like, oh, that's cute. And I was like, you just made me get rejected by a girl I didn't even talk to. You got like, you're the opposite way. You're like anti-wingman. Anti-wingman. But then, this is why I think maybe things happen for a reason. I'm not like into manifestation, but maybe things happen for a reason. Because I took what the universe gave me. And by a bizarre turn of events, I fucking flipped it on its head and I used it to my advantage. So I'm talking to this other girl. This is like 4 hours later. Talking to this other girl. We're on the couch. We're vibing. This good-looking dude comes up. Fucking male model. Really good-looking. Calvin Klein-looking motherfucker, right? Sits down. He's talking to us. It's pretty obvious he's trying to kind of swoop in and like take the girl for himself. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of annoyed by it. But then he gets up. He's going to get a drink. And then I look at the girl. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Mike. He's the nicest guy. You should definitely get to know. And I took what the universe gave me, and I watched her attraction just shrivel up on her face. And I'm like, nothing. I'm like Jordan in the finals. I'm fucking undefeated. You can't stop me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think there are different types of girls out there, though, that are looking for different things?
I used to think that, but it just seems
or
like
all girls are the same.
Not that they're all the same, but there is an underlying thread. Here's a story I hear all the time from girls. And this is why I think there's an underlying thread. Almost every girl I met, because I have a lot of female friends just from like partying and blah, blah, blah. They all have a story that's similar to this. It's never exactly the same, but it's always similar. Yeah, there's this guy I dated. On paper, he was perfect. He bought me flowers. He was a gentleman. I took him home to my family. My mom loves him. My family loves him. You got to marry this guy. He's so perfect for you. I'm like, yeah, so what happened to him? She's like, yeah, I broke up with him. And it's always some nebulous answer that's just like, oh, I outgrew him, or the spark wasn't there. But it's just like there's something missing. There's like this gut level just attraction that was missing. And it's like, yeah, this guy's good on paper, but you just don't feel that same like oomph, that same attraction. And it's because the guys are too nice, and it just gets boring. And I've just heard this story from so many girls that I'm like, yeah, and I don't even blame the girls for it. I'm like, yeah, like, but then the guys get even more confused because they're like, yeah, everybody told me if I buy flowers, I'm a nice guy, girls will like me. Why are all these girls breaking up with me? And then the girls get heartbroken by the fuckboys and they want to stay with the fuckboys. And it's like, as a guy, it's very confusing. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
Have you ever had a relationship like that where like on paper everything's great, it's just not, you just don't feel that attraction?
I feel like everyone I dated I was attracted to. So I don't know, but I get what you're saying. But I feel like sometimes people get bored because, one, they're boring, or they have things in themselves they haven't figured out. So they're looking for chaos to not heal their own chaos. Like, they want a chaotic partner. But like, if you're healed, then you're like looking for a peaceful, nice guy to date.
Maybe you're different because you did the ASMR or whatever.
EMDR. Like, it all goes back to EMDR.
Maybe that's why.
That might be why I was like, I'm just not relating right now. And it's probably because I got hit by a truck and almost died. So I think my perspective of life is very different.
I mean, that probably did change your perspective.
A lot.
Yeah. And to be fair, I do live in a very like Hollywood bubble of like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like there's like a lot of different type of people, but it is amusing because there are like a lot of the same patterns of girls, because I noticed that because I do a lot of photography, so I do meet these girls pretty often, and I feel like I know what type of girls you're talking about. But then I was like, that's like a bubble almost, and people just need to break out of the bubble, and then you're gonna find true love.
Do you so most of the models that you've worked with, like, you don't have to say names or anything, but if you were to put them on a scatter plot, do most of them, they're dating fuckboys, or are most of them dating like nice, sweet, innocent guys?
I have like two separate groups of friends. I have my like LA model friends where they are like that. Like, they like entertain fuckboys, and I like literally tell them, I was like, just have the bar to say only great men in your life, because these guys want to talk to you. Like, and those guys hate me, honestly, because I tell them straight up what I think.
You ruin their plan.
I was like, I really like
those meddling kids, they foiled my plan.
A lot of girls who boyfriends hate me, but that's fine. I don't care. And then I have like my close like soul sisters, and like they have like even higher bars than me. And like we have like the best guy friends and stuff like that. And like honestly healthy relationships, because you don't really hear those stories very often. Maybe because they're like boring, but they're really healthy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, toxic is in right now.
Yeah, I was like, I would say, I think it's just our generation. It's very
like
entertaining. So maybe everyone wants to be the star of their own life. That's why they date these like chaotic people.
The Gen Z is very confusing to me. I'm trying to navigate the Gen Z waters. Yeah. It's very, learn all the lingo and slay queen and all that stuff. Yeah, it's very confusing.
That sounded good.
But like, I mean, I don't blame girls either, because like the new breed of dudes is like built different. Like, they don't have like headboards on their beds. They just have like beds, like no headboard. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like all like emotional and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
you don't like emotions, do you?
No.
You really don't.
Not. One reason I actually don't want to go to therapy is I'm worried it will take away too much anxiety. Like, I like a little bit of anxiety. It's like caffeine. Fucking go. Like, you got work to do. Life's not like, it's not too easy. You know, if it gets too easy, then it's like, and you just lay on the couch, you watch Netflix, and you get passed up by motherfuckers who are hungry, you know?
I can see that.
Like, imagine when a therapist and they cured hunger, and then you just die because you like never eat. Like, I need my hunger to be there. You know what I mean?
You need your trauma to keep going.
Yeah.
That's a little rough, but okay.
I actually wish I had a little more trauma, you know?
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to date some toxic girls, or I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, it makes sense now. All of this is making sense.
Yeah. But I do my best out here in LA, you know.
Plenty of them.
All right. Well, this has been fun. We are past the hour. We have one question. We're taking a poll that we do at the end of every episode. Let's say you meet a guy, texts you, and it's a green bubble. Is that a positive? Is that a negative? Or is that neutral?
Negative.
Yes.
Yeah,
finally.
I hate that.
I know, because it's like you're either a scammer or you got your phone from the government. Like, one of the two.
I'm going to go buy him an iPhone.
Like, we can chip in, start a GoFundMe, get him an iPhone, you know?
So mean.
Like, you don't have to like.
But yeah, no, I don't like that. So.
Interesting.
It's funny.
You are losing the battle, but it's pretty close to 50-50. So you're not too far behind. I agree with you, by the way, because my co-host Mo, he's in North Carolina right now, but he has an Android, so we always get in heated debates, and the group chat always destroys him.
Yeah, that's why.
Because now we have to have our group chat on like WhatsApp. Like, why do we have to have like a third world app for like group chat? You know.
Okay.
I'm waiting him to text like, Americans just built a well in our local village. I'm excited. And he sends a video. It's like World War II footage. Like,
oh my god.
It looks horrible.
And like FaceTime and stuff.
Yeah, you can't FaceTime. Yeah.
It's a pain.
And he's like, oh, you can like, there's a hack that you can get around. I'm like, you have to hack your own, you have to give your own phone a virus just to fucking get through it.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. This has been fun. Do you want to shout anything out? Tell people where to find you?
Yeah, at Angeli Ascending. Find a lot of information on non-toxic relationships there.
Awesome. Go
Just
follow
kidding,
this girl.
I'm just kidding.
So I can go back to being a simp and I don't have to be a fuckboy anymore. I wish I could just go back to those days. All right. Well, this has been fun. Take care, everybody.